Hey everyone, Carlos Espinoza here with Recreation, and welcome to Tech Tuesdays. Today, we're going to use this. It's a pump. It goes on the floor. That's right, it's a floor pump. We are going to be using the floor pump to pump up these two tires back here. One's a Presta valve, one's a Schrader valve. We'll get into the details, but let's go get into it. All right, come on. We're gonna put air in this tire, and this one's the Schrader. And this is something that I like to do when I don't have a bike rack to throw my bike in, but I still need to work on it. What you wanna do is point your bike, stand behind it, pull the rear brake, bring it up, get it to where you want it to be, and then gently set it down on the seat, and then the handlebars. And that gives you a nice, stable platform to work on your bike. Let's put some air in it. All right, so here is our Presta hole, and this is the Schrader hole. And here is our Schrader valve. On the inside, there's a little check valve, lets air out. And let's see. Now I'm supposed to be able to squeeze that pretty, that's pretty low. Real quick, this doesn't have a universal format, so up might be locked, down might be locked. You're gonna have to figure that out. 50-50 chance, you'll get it right 25% of the time. Anyways, so you go to put this onto the valve and it sinks down on you. That's because it's super low. Pro tip, right behind here, you give it a squeeze, and now you can get it on there. So what are you looking for? You are looking for this valve to come down and cover these threads and then a little bit more. That's how you know it's on there, because if you don't and you do this, let's see what happens. Ugh, it doesn't do anything. That's because you haven't engaged the valve enough to put air into it. So open it back up, and then see right here, a little bit of, let's see, right about there, you can see some threads. So squeeze from behind all the way down. Now there's no thread showing. We're gonna lock it, and we should be able to, yep, it's taking the air. So let's look right here. We want to get about 30 PSI in there. That's a good run-of-the-mill mountain bike tire air pressure. Oh, I got that cable hanging out. Microphone cable. You don't want to see that. All right. We're about 30, so we can take this off. When you take it off, you want to be gentle with the valve. If you start wiggling it around back and forth and being pretty aggressive with it, you can tear it, and then you ruin your tube, and then you got to replace the tube, and you've done more harm than good. So you want to be gentle. Make sure you unlock, and then you can hold the valve so it doesn't move around on you. You can rotate it, but you want to go pretty much straight up. So rotate, and then I'm pulling straight up like that. Where did our, there it is. So this is a dust cover. It doesn't do anything to hold air in. All that's done by the valve on the inside. but it keeps dirt and stuff from getting in there. So if you've got it, great. If not, it's not something that's going to be dangerous or anything bad. So that's okay. Let's put air in this one. And yep, that's pretty low. And I'm going to show you another trick that you can stand your bike on. So back there, that one's flipped over, so you can work on that. That one's stable, but let's say you're just wanting to put air in it and you just want your bike to stand still. So you want to rotate your wheel so that your valve is somewhere around here, right? And then you find something stable, kind of angle your bike a little bit and lean it up on that corner. Could be a wall, a door, whatever. I'm just using the bike stand because it moves around super easy. Maybe one of your trash cans. Anyways, here's our pump. All right. This is our little Presta, small but mighty. You unscrew this, give it a couple taps, and that should make sure that air is coming out. Sometimes they get a little bit stuck. So before you start putting air in it, again, make sure you unscrew it and then give it a little tap. So, yep, that's pretty low. And Presta, we don't want that one. We don't want to do that one. Schrader, that's the one that we want. Prestas are even more fragile than Schraders, so you want to be extra careful because if you damage this, you have to replace the core, and some of them are replaceable, some of them not. So you always want to go straight on and straight off. Don't tilt. You can rotate, but always up. You don't want to break anything because then you've got a bigger problem. We're just wanting to put air in this. So there it is. Again, push it down pretty firmly. You should feel it kind of click. Lock it, and let's pump some air. Now I want a little under 30. That's what I run when I ride out in the dirt. And eventually we'll get there. I'm gonna give it one more, call it good. You can hear it kind of leaking. That's not too big of a deal. You're losing a little air pressure. Can you hear that? Not a big deal, don't panic. And again, you want to flip this up and pull it straight that way, up. Don't angle it. Screw this valve down, just enough. You can push down on it just to see if it's set. And don't forget your valve cap. Ta-da! Now you're done. Okay, so we just covered how to put air in a Presta valve and a Schrader valve. So hopefully that was helpful with a couple of bike stand tricks, I guess you could call them. Let's talk about air pressure. Air pressure is a large topic, and there's nothing that says, you know, X, Y, and Z gets you this specific air pressure. It's more of a ballpark, and there's a lot of gray area. So you got to find out what works best for you. However, let's give you some starting points. So first off, if you're in the dirt riding a mountain bike with a relatively wide tire, 30 to 40 PSI is a great starting point. That being said, I've got a wheel here. Before you even start any of that, find out what your maximum air pressure is. So that should say 65 on it. Yep, 65 PSI. That's the maximum that you can put in this specific tire. I don't run that. You saw me put 30 PSI in it. I like about 30 PSI in my bike. That's because I'm riding in the dirt and it's a lot of soft sand, so that's what works best for me after spending a lot of time figuring that out. But if you're running 30, 35, 40 in your tire and it wasn't beyond the max, then you're good. If you do go above the max PSI, then you run the risk of having the tire blow up. And that's not fun for anybody. Now, if you're riding on the road, those road tires have a lot more ability to They have a better ability to handle higher pressures. So read what those max tire pressures are. Usually about 90 to 120 PSI is up there. Some of the tires are in between. They'll have 60 PSI, etc. Find out what that is. Don't go above that. Not a fun experience. Once you have your maximum PSI for road tires, 5 to 10 PSI under that is going to be fantastic. It's a little bit softer ride, but it's still really efficient. How often do you check your air pressure? If you're riding a lot, then you want to check it weekly. For me, I'm going to check it before I go out on the ride, because if you have real low air pressure, number one, you run the risk of pinching your tube and giving yourself a flat just because you don't have enough air. Number two, it's less efficient, so you're going to have to pedal harder, and it's going to be just more work for you, which is a great workout, but if that's not what you're looking for, check your air pressure. So again, weekly if you're riding a lot, and if not, just check your air pressure before you go on the ride. So that's our Tech Tuesday, first one for the semester. Appreciate you for watching, and I look forward to creating more videos every week. That being said, I want to know what you all are interested in. There should be a form somewhere around here, probably. Let's point right there. Click on that, and I want to know what you're interested in. You can submit a question, it's anonymous, or you can get credit for it. Let's see what you're interested in. Give me a topic or a question, and I will do my best to answer it, again, within reason. So, thanks for watching. Greatly appreciate you all, and stay safe, have fun, and I'll see you next week.